There
Yeah.
we go.
There we go. Okay, muted. Okay. Oh, let me take my screen down so we can just see us. Okay. Hi, everyone.
Yeah. Hi.
So why can't I click into this? There we go. I'm having some technical difficulties over here.
Oh no.
But I'm muted. Okay, perfect. I was just struggling with Twitch. Okay. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Kap.
Okay, so this stream has been in the making, kind of, because we have been learning GROQ together because we both want to get really good at GROQ. And so we decided we're going to do this weekly GROQ meeting between the two of us where we just go through the docs and we do GROQ queries together and we discover GROQ, and it's been very fun. So we thought we might as well just do this with everyone. So that's why we decided to do this very low-key stream, and definitely ask questions while you are here. We will try and answer them as best as we can. And yeah, so I'm Kap. I do DevRel at Sanity. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's beautiful weather right now, so I can't complain. End of May, it's supposed to be super hot, but last week was super cold. So yeah, things are good in Las Vegas. Lauren?
Excellent. I'm Lauren. I also do DevRel at Sanity, and I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. The weather's okay here. It's pretty humid. It's hot and nice, so you can go to the park and hang out, but it's definitely humid. I'm in the South, but it's okay. It's good times.
Have you ever been to Outer Banks?
A couple times, but I'm from Virginia Beach, so I grew up on the beach, so that's not really.
Yeah.
I like to go to the mountains because I'm like, if I can just go to my parents' house if I want to go to the beach.
Yeah. Yeah, Virginia Beach is nice. I've been there maybe once, but I liked it. I liked my time there.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
But yeah. So we're just gonna kind of hang out for a couple minutes, let people show up. If you'd like to, you can say where you're joining in from in the chat. And yeah, it's getting late for Europe right now, but for me it's only noon. So for those of you joining around the world, thank you. And yeah. I don't know if I can see the chat. Oh yeah. Perfect. And I'm gonna make okay. Okay, let's get started. Lauren, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do this. I'm going to add my screen back. Okay, so GROQ. So GROQ is a in-house made Sanity query language. So GROQ, standing for Graph Relational Object Queries, this is how we're going to be doing all of our queries today. If you use Sanity, you can use also GraphQL, but we're going to show all the cool GROQ ways today. Oh, hi, Henri. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Hi, Brian. Brian is also the other DevRel that makes the trio of DevRel. I guess there's 4 of us if you count Knut. But he's head of DevRel, so I don't know if that counts. But yeah, so GROQ. We have a couple different playgrounds we're going to use today. Hi, James. That one can be found in your Sanity Studio, and one can be found at groq.dev. So if you go to groq.dev, this is a playground. But before I move on too far there, actually go to the top of this.
Hi,
So
Einstein.
hi, Einstein. Cool name. So Sanity is a place to hold all of your content, and GROQ is a way you can get that content and use it however you need. So one way that I just recently used GROQ was in a Next.js app. I did a recipe app, and it was I GROQ'd for. Can you say that? I GROQ'd for, or I
I think
queried for.
so. Make it happen. I think
Yeah,
you
I'm
can.
making it happen. I GROQ'd for um, recipes and then ingredients, but then in ingredients, I queried for all that stuff. And we're going to show the very beginnings of GROQ. We're not going to get too like intense with it. You can take GROQ to another level. It's amazing the things that I discover about GROQ as I learn it. But we're going to start from the beginning. So GROQ is open source, so you can use it, but definitely excited to start this with you all. So starting with the basics. So if you've used any other query type language, there is a way to start like filtering through your content. So at Sanity, we have a thing called the content lake. Lauren, do you want to tell everyone about the content lake?
So the content lake is all of your content, all of your data. And in GROQ, that's denoted by the asterisk, which Kap will demonstrate in just a second. Can you show from there what happens when you just do the asterisk and you get like all of your data?
Yeah, so I'm going to use, I'm going to use, don't look, this studio. So this is the Sanity studio. Brian, spoilers. No, you didn't see that, Brian. So Brian actually Brian, did you make this content link of movies and persons and screening? But Brian provided this to us, and this is a whole bunch of movies, the actors that would show up in the movies, and then like screenings for them. So here is the Vision plugin, and the Vision plugin is going to live inside of your studio, and this is where you have access to your own like GROQ playground for your content. Like, so if I did an asterisk, this would pull all my content. Is it gonna? Oh, it did it. Great. So yeah, all of the stuff, and you can see exactly what you can query for, and that there's 383 items. Brian just said negative. It's been around for a while. Yeah, I just see your name up here, so I'm like, maybe Brian did more to it. When you run Sanity and Knit in your CLI, you too can have a studio with this data.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yes, of course.
Yeah, it does.
The movie one. Yeah, so if you run Sanity and Knit in your, like you have to get the Sanity CLI and you run Sanity and Knit, then you'll have like the option to choose the movie's like content. There's like a schema that will be built out, and then all this preloaded content will show up. So that's what Brian's talking about. But yeah, Lauren and I get really excited when we discover things. So you'll see that throughout this. And there's the command. Thanks, Brian. Yeah. So this asterisk is all of the content. It is our entire content lake. So that is what's going on here. So this is the first query, or yeah, first GROQ query we're going to look at. So typically we'll start with the asterisk because you want to pull out all of your content so that you can query and filter, like you can filter into that and then pull out exactly what you need. So we're always you'll see us always using the asterisk. And then within these brackets, this is where you are going to filter down to what you want to use. And then within that filter, you can pull out the content that you want from that content that's being filtered. So we will show you what that means. So let's remember the brackets, square brackets to the curly brackets. So if we go back to movie database. So in here, I'm going to open this up. We're going to pull out, I want to pull up movies. So I'm going to go back to my desk. So if I go to movie, this is one of our types. And I go to, let's go to Wally. I love Wally. And then if we click, so here is a schema that is built out in the back end code. Title will have like a type of string, slug will have a type of slug. There's an image of Wally, cast members. So all these are in a schema that's already built out. But if we want to see what this looks like, these three little dots up here, the flat earth, the flat as earth says, I like the term lake for this. More fun than document list or something. Yeah.
Yes.
I like that too.
I agree.
Yeah. So if we click on those three dots and we do inspect, we can do raw JSON or parse. I'm going to look at the raw JSON version of this. So here is all the info we need about or all the info we get back with this movie type. And my headphones are about to die on me. Oh no, I thought I charged them. So yeah, we can pull out the ID, we can pull out, so the type is movie. So if we look at that type, we want to pull out all of the types that have movie on them. We could go to person and same thing, go to those three dots and we can see that this person's type is person. So it's only going to pull out all of those movies, Wally. All of the movies that have this type movie. So let's go to vision. So if we go to vision, we're going to do square brackets and we're going to do type is equal to movie. Was it singular or plural?
I think it's singular.
It was singular.
Yes.
Awesome.
Nailed it.
So we have all the stuff that gets returned if we do type is equal to movie. So really we got all of our content from the content link with the asterisks. And then we got all of the types that had movie on them. I could change this to, it was person, yeah?
Person, yep.
Oh, you all can barely see that. There. So I can change that to person and run that query. And we get, there's 186 person types in here. And then the other one was it screening?
Screening.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So screening, 5 items. But yeah, so that's how you can filter through your content and pull out exactly what you want. So we're going to do screening. No, we're going to do, what do you want to do? Screening, movies, or person?
Let's do movie.
Okay. So we'll do movie, run that query. And we have 15 movies to go through. I don't want to look at all these. I wonder if there's a quick way to collapse all this. I don't know, but yeah, so we have all of our content that has type on it, movie. Now this first one, let's look at this. So the type is movie. And if we open this up, cast members is 0. What am I doing? Where is title? Oh, because that was a placeholder. That's right. That's our first one. That was a placeholder.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, so this first one, this one spot, so the second one, I guess. Type movie. We're going to get all the cast members and then all the crew members. Popularity scores in there. There's a poster. So that was that image that we saw. Henri, I won't comment on the light mode.
Light mode, I know, I saw that.
Hey, just so you can see it better, Henri, okay? We can pull out release date, we can pull out slug, title, but yeah, right now we are filtering movie. But let's pull out specific things. So we would do the curly braces, we'd open that up. What would you like to pull out, Lauren? I can
Well,
maybe zoom out a little bit.
we definitely have to pull out the ID, right?
Yes, always the ID, and we're going to do underscore ID. And then
And maybe, how about cast members?
cast members. So cast members. So because this is an array of cast members, we need to do some more to it.
Yes.
So as we can see here, we have an array of many cast members. They each have a key, a type, character name. Oh, the voice of Wally. Cute. And then the person, and then this is referencing someone. So this reference type in this person is referencing that other person type that we saw. So if I go back to desk, so we don't have to rewrite content over and over, and we just have like a place where the person and their profile lives, and we can just like reference it from movies or screenings, or let's say we have after party list, I don't know, but and we want to reference, we can just have the person in here once. So in here, movie, let me go to Wally, the reference is happening down here in cast member. So this Ben Burt is also going to be somewhere in here. No. Maybe it's a list. Or maybe all their info is just right in here. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it is a reference to this array of information. So they have the character name, they have the actor. So here is the reference key showing that. And then the external ID and then the external credit ID. So that's where all the information is going. Are there any questions so far? I feel like there might be a lot going on. I don't know. But if anybody has questions so far, definitely ask. Lauren, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Cool. So I'm gonna go back to vision, and it took away all of our underscore ID. Oh wait, let me actually query for all of this again so we can just see everything. Not that first one. Okay, so cast members, crew members, overview, poster, slide. So let's pull out the ones we don't have to do anything like special to. So like ID is definitely one. Title. And
we can get the release date too, right?
The release date?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's the best Pixar movie and why is it Wally? Because Eva.
Yeah.
Because Eva. Oh, I love Eva.
Eva.
Okay, so we pulled out the ID, the title, and the release date for every type that has movie on it. So if I change this to person, this would break. Because person doesn't break, but it doesn't have a title and a release date, but it does have an ID.
Right.
So yeah, if it doesn't have it, it's just not going to return it. Movie. Eva. Okay, so what are some other things we could pull out? Let's run that again so we can just see all of it. Now remember, I'm doing this type movie and I'm just like pulling all of the content just so I can like see it, but you can also do that in desk, movie, Wally, these three dots, and then inspect. And this is, again, all of our content. This is the JSON version of it. So we could do, you want to do the cast members now?
Yeah, let's do the cast members.
Okay.
And then we can work on maybe try to get character names or something like that.
Perfect. So cast member, And notice, I'll just show, when I was back far enough, the desk and vision were up here, but because I'm zoomed in, it just came over here to this little menu. Okay, so vision. And we'll do, we still want ID? Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, always. And then we'll do title and cast members. And because it's an array, we need
a square bracket.
Empty array.
Yeah.
Run that. Cool. So we have pulled out all of our cast members. So because it's an array of stuff, of content, that's why we put that array there. With that, like if you notice with title, it's just the title and that's what the title is. Whereas cast members has an array of content, we want to pull out that array. So that's why we did the square brackets here. Now, if we wanted to get character name, what would we do? Lauren, you tell me. I think we just open.
Do we need the arrow for this one or no? Or do we just do the brackets and then character name?
I think we just do the brackets and open it up. And then character name. Let's see.
I think so. I think this will work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. So yeah, one item. So we got character name out.
Yay.
Awesome. And then we also had, I want to show, whoops. I want to show this again. So we have cast members and we have this person down here and it's a type of reference. So it's referencing something. So let's talk about dereferencing. Lauren, I'll pull it up, but do you want to chat about it? Right here.
So this is when is this when we use the arrow, right?
Yeah, so that'll be our dereferencing.
Yeah. So because person is a reference we want to dereference person. And basically what it tells Sanity is to bring back, we don't want the actual like metadata, we want the actual content that is in the person type. So instead of getting like, I don't know, maybe, I don't know what would be there exactly, but we want like an actual person's name.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to get back because otherwise we wouldn't get that.
Yeah, so we have, can you hear me still?
Yes.
Perfect. My headphones are just like dying on me. So this director has in the, like in that JSON version that we were looking at, this is what it would look like. It'd be like director and then referencing Ridley Scott. So if we want to query for that, we have to use this dereferencing operator. And this little arrow will like open up that reference for us and be like, oh, can I see what's inside? What can I use?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's like then, we want the eggs, not the basket.
Yeah. We want the eggs inside the basket.
The basket. Yeah.
So we have, so if we did director and then just like that arrow, we'd get all the eggs in that director basket. And then if we wanted a specific thing, we would do that curly with the and picking one. So let's do that.
Yes.
So we're gonna come back here. So if we have cast members, we're gonna open this up and we'll still do character name. And then we'll do person. So person would need that dereferencing operator, which is that arrow. And then we're gonna open it up so we can get, no, let's just see what we get with just that.
Okay.
Okay, so let's open that up. So we get 8 items. Okay, so I want to point this out. So if I did, this was very interesting to me when I first learned this. So cast members, we get the array. And we get person, but this is the two things that we see. We only see reference and type. So until we like dereference it, it looks like there's only two things in here, right? But when we do, I'm still gonna do character name, person. Oh wait, no, not this yet, just that. So until we dereference it, then we kind of see like, oh, there's actually a lot that we get from that person.
Right.
So then we can open up and we can do name.
Name. Yeah.
And we would get specific down all the way to their name.
Yay.
Oh, OMG, thank you. I was struggling with this just this morning. Awesome.
Oh, fantastic.
Cool. Are there any like questions that you had like along the way that we can maybe help out with? But yeah, that is overview of this query that we've done. So the asterisk is our content link. This is filtering through our content link to grab a particular thing. It doesn't have to be type is something. It could be and name is something. I don't know, but you're just filtering down in your content link to find a group of things or a singular thing at that point. And then we open it up to pull out exactly what we want returned. So we got ID, title, and then cast members. Because it was an array, we had to put this little empty array and then open that up, get character name. Person, we had to dereference to get their name. And over here, that looks like this like whole chain of info. And then title was down here. But yeah.
Awesome.
GROQ is actually sick. Yeah, we agree.
It really is. Yeah. And you can get super complex with it, which Kat and I are working on that.
Yeah, we're working on it. But we thought we'd share these beginning findings with you all because this is, yeah. And then the last thing I wanted to add was, so we have 15 results coming back. What if we wanted just like the first couple? So at the end of our query, we would do square brackets and we would do 0. It was 3. Was it 3? Or was it dashes?
I think
Let's go look. It was, I think we passed it up here. So I'm trying to find, there we go. I'm trying to slice the result and make a number come back. So I don't have to get like, maybe you have 1,000 of something. And you're like, I really just want to look at like the first 2. But at the end, you would do the square brackets. And we're going to do that as well. Square brackets. And we'll just get the first. Yeah. That's there. And now we just have the first 3.
Great. Yeah.
And so now you can just kind of like focus on those first 3 and not have to worry about it. But that is the beginning of GROQ. Any questions? Oh, how do you return
part of the
basket and the eggs? That's good. Well, when you return the basket, so returning the basket in the reference that we were making would be like removing that. Oh, Jeff, you could replace the second. Oh, wait, what is this? Named fields. You could replace the second ... with named fields. Ooh, okay. So you get even more specific. And then that's something that confused me a couple of times. So if you want, so part of the basket is what we put. So when we were making that reference, the basket and the eggs was when we were doing this person. So the basket of person would be just that.
Right.
So that is the whole basket. And then the parts, if we want to filter it down, we could pull out all but one. Like say we want created at ID, type, update. Imagine we wanted all of it, but we just didn't want the slug. And so, oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, that when we were making that reference, I thought that was the eggs. So this is the basket, that person, and then these are the eggs that we were talking about. Does that make sense? I hope that's clear. But yeah, person was the basket. And then in that, okay, perfect. And then in that person basket is the updated at, the image, the slug, the name. And we wanted to pull out the egg that was just name.
Name, yeah.
For instance, if you query person without dereferencing arrow, let's see what happens. That would return those two things that we saw earlier, the ref and the type, that once you dereference, then you can see all those eggs.
Yeah, because otherwise it will just, like what Kap just queried, it just returns what is available from the current, like where it's referenced from. So what is available from like the cast members array. But we're telling it we want to see what is actually available in the whole person type.
Yeah. Brian just put in a link for more on the dereferencing operator. Makes sense. Thank you. Perfect. Yeah. I think that was a lot of info. Any other questions before we sign off from this GROQ stream? Thank you for all the questions, by the way, from the chat. It was fun. GROQ is totally sick. Yeah, I agree. Perfect. Well, thank you everyone for joining. Lauren, this was very fun.
As always.
And yeah.
We should do it again.
Yeah, we should. Would people like more of this kind of stuff? Would more, because we'll just follow along and continue on this GROQ journey with you all. And yeah, let us know in the comments. Let us know on Twitter or in the Slack community. We do have a Slack community, slack.community.io.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I couldn't hear you for a second, and then you turned into like Darth Vader for like a second too. It was pretty cool, but
because I love Darth Vader.
Yeah.
But you can hear me fine, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly now.
Okay, cool.
Brian, did I make a
died
face,
on me.
Brian?
Yeah. I know, because I looked over and I saw your face and I'm like, something happened.
This is like a total panic.
Oh my gosh. Total panic. Lauren's like, no. Don't leave me.
I was like, what's happening? Why does Kap sound like Darth Vader?
So as I was saying, maybe you heard it. Maybe you heard Darth Vader version of it. But we do have a Slack community, slack.sanity.io. Think of that. And yeah. We also have, so if you're creating like snippets of GROQ queries or like projects where you're using GROQ or whatever, we do also have the exchange, Sanity Exchange. And here you can find like awesome projects and starters, snippets for like schemas, or like this one's a word count and reading time estimation for GROQ and portable text. Amazing. That's amazing. But you can find different snippets here. So if you're starting to use GROQ and portable text or building out something with Sanity, there's a lot going on in this Sanity exchange. And then as you create, you can also share here and you can create a profile, all that good stuff, and it will reference you. There's a GROQ query going on behind the scenes that's referencing you from your content.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any last words, Lauren, before we sign off?
No, this was super fun though. I'm excited to do it again.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, thanks everyone for joining, and thank you for listening to Darth Vader for a moment. It was my pleasure. But yeah, thank you everyone, and we'll see you around.
Bye, everyone.